Good afternoon, beautiful children of God. I hope you all are having a fantastic day so far. I would like to give you guys a vision of what is to come from my content. This is the series finale of James, in James 5, and then I just started Isaiah, so I'll eventually catch up to that where I am doing it the same time as I read Isaiah. But I do want to start getting out more of my actual life into it like I was doing before, where you would get like my entire day and stuff. That was a lot of fun. And so I just got to get some more equipment, and my mic attachment broke, so I have to get some new ones. Thankfully, this was only like a couple bucks at Five Below. Yeah, so let's get right into it. So I have the Breath of Prayer book to start us off and ground us once again. The one I was doing earlier was a little difficult, so I chose a different one that seems a little easier to focus on when you're breathing in prayer. So this one is titled, Make It a Habit to Seek God. Breathe deep and know. God knows what's best for you. Make it a habit to seek Him and ask Him to align your heart with His, so that you won't wander away from His will. Just as consistent exercise trains the body, builds strength, endurance, flexibility, intentionally seeking God through consistent prayer trains the heart to live in rhythm with Christ and helps you to follow His ways. You can face trials with endurance, pursue dreams in His power, adjust to life's surprises with a flexibility that comes only because of the strength of connection with God. Just as regular deep breathing exercises can help calm your nervous system and regulate the connection between your brain and your body, regular prayer and communication with God can calm your mind as you connect your soul with Christ. Together, breath and prayer can reduce anxiety and bring clarity as you intentionally seek God and follow His ways. When you create a habit of prayer in your life, when it becomes part of your everyday rhythm, you will train your mind and soul to go to God first in all things. Seek Him with your whole heart and see how it strengthens you day by day. Psalm 119:10, an ESV translation, says this: With my whole heart I seek you. Let me not wander from your commandments. So I want you to inhale and say, I seek you with my whole heart, and exhale, saying, don't let me wander from your commands. Again, inhale, saying, I seek you with my whole heart, and exhale, don't let me wander from your commands. It's a little challenging sometimes for me. I have to look at it a couple times. So if you replay me saying it, feel free to do so. No rush. So I'm going to do it a couple times, and we'll be back. Did it a couple times at like 5-ish times till I felt like I was in the zone. So why don't you guys, while I get everything all set up here, which I already have it all set up, just turn to James chapter 5. And let's go through it. I have my notes already laid out. We'll go through it right after that, but let's dive into some prayer. So bow your heads with me if you want to, if you may. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you so much for allowing me to start producing videos on a more consistent schedule. I pray that this video, or all of my videos, start blossoming and start producing more, and people start seeing them more often, so that I can reach more people. You can reach more people through me. I pray for the person on the other side of this phone or device, that whatever they're going through, whether it's good or bad, that they know that it's all that they know that you're right there with them, taking care of them the entire way, and that they do not need to worry or doubt for what is to come, and only good comes from God. I pray that this word speaks to both of us, and that you give me the right word to deliver the right message to these people, and they listen with open hearts. Amen. Let's lock in. Warning to rich oppressors. Don't be a rich oppressor, dude. Now listen, you rich people, weep and wail because of the misery that is coming on you. Your wealth has rotted, and moths have eaten your clothes. Your gold and silver are corroded. This corrosion, will testify against you and eat your flesh like fire. You have hoarded wealth in the last days. Look, the wages you failed to pay, the workers who mowed your fields are crying out against you. The cries of the harvesters have reached the ears of the Lord Almighty. You have lived on earth in luxury and self-indulgence. You have fattened yourselves in the day of slaughter. You have condemned and murdered the innocent one who was not opposing you. Patience and suffering. Starting at verse 7. Be patient then, brothers and sisters, until the Lord's coming. See how the farmer waits for the land to yield its valuable crop, patiently waiting for the autumn and spring rains. You too, be patient and stand firm, because the Lord's coming is near. Don't grumble against one another, brothers and sisters, or you will be judged. The judge is standing at the door. Brothers and sisters, as an example of patience in the face of suffering, take the prophets who spoke in the name of the Lord. As you know, we count as blessed those who have persevered. You have heard of Job's perseverance and have seen what the Lord finally brought about. The Lord is full of compassion and mercy. Above all, my brothers and sisters, do not swear, not by heaven or by earth, and by anything else. All you need to say is a simple yes or no. Otherwise, you will be condemned. The prayer of faith. Is anyone among you in trouble? Let them pray. Is anyone happy? Let them sing songs of praise. Is anyone among you sick? Let them call the elders of the church to pray over them and anoint them with oil in the name of the Lord. And the prayer offered in faith will make the sick person well. The Lord will raise them up. If they have sinned, they will be forgiven. Therefore, confess your sins to each other and pray for each other, so that you may be healed. The prayer of a righteous person is powerful and effective. Elijah was a human being, even as we are. He prayed earnestly that it would not rain, and it did not rain on the land for 3.5 years. Again, he prayed, and the heavens gave rain, and the earth produced its crops. My brothers and sisters, if one of you should wander from the truth, and someone should bring that person back, remember this: whoever turns a sinner from the error of their way will save them from death and cover over a multitude of sins. Let's go. So I don't know if I have it written down in here. I don't think I do. But I just want to talk about the last bit of that verse. Starting from verse 19 to verse 20. You're talking about how if one of us wanders away from from the truth, and one of us brings them back, then that person, you'll save them from a multitude of sins, right? I personally feel like a lot of us Christians today are caught up in that mindset that just because someone is living sinfully, you get I feel like it's a pride thing. It's a pride problem. That you just get consumed in this thought that you have to save them and do everything in your power, not in God's power, to save them. In Corinthians, it talks about it, First, go to them and acknowledge it to them, right? Just tell them, hey, the life you're living is kind of turning you away from God and from the faith. I think you should stop. And if they deny you, then you bring a witness, like 1 or 2 witnesses. And if that doesn't work, then you bring it up to the church elders, and then they will be removed from the church. Don't quote me. I think it's 1 Corinthians 15, but I'm not 100% sure. I can't really remember. I know it's in Corinthians. That's all that matters. Anyways, obviously, yeah, tell them about it. But don't get so consumed in yourself and feeling like it's all on you to save someone. That's not true. You cannot. You're not the one that has the power to save someone. It's Jesus' name. Jesus has the power to save. So get it out of your head that you think that you can save someone, right? Like, yes, we do have the power to save non-believers through sharing the gospel. But if it's already someone that's saved, you can tell them about it. But the power comes from God who gives it to us. It's not only you. So don't think that way, right? Oh yeah. So the notes I've written down. Those who hoard their money will come to bear the consequences during the days of slaughter. Yes, why are you holding on to things? I mean, I have a billion things in my room. I like to collect Pokemon cards and Magic the Gathering and anime cards and stuff like that, because I think they look cool. But obviously they also hold value to them too, which is pretty nice. So, obviously, like, hoarding money isn't good. But it's also like talking about how I don't know. But like, I don't like rely on them, I guess is what I should say. Like, it's not everything I think about. Like, I'm not consumed by this logic and stuff like that. Where other people that usually hoard money are like, mine, it's mine, all mine. And you can't have any of it. I'm willing to give my stuff away. I have no problem doing it. And I'm probably going to give my friend a really expensive card for his birthday. He doesn't know about it, but I know about it. Because it's a cool card, right? I'm totally getting off track. Sorry, it happens sometimes. But yeah. We must wait for the harvest to come, which is Jesus Christ. And as we wait, at the end we will be rewarded. Yes. Perseverance is very important. It's like, as Christians, we all have hope that, Jesus Christ will return. That is the biggest prophecy ever. Like, I'm reading Old Testament and stuff like that, and I'm just saying, I think there's more about the second coming of Christ than there is of the first coming of Christ, which is crazy. And because a lot of people talk about the second coming of Christ more than his first coming. But anyways, we are waiting for the ultimate harvest to come, aka Jesus' second coming. And we will be rewarded for persevering through the trials and tribulations of the world. Because obviously, Job dealt with super spiritual warfare. The devil himself was riding him, dude. He was on his back nonstop. I'm taking everything you own away. Everything from you. And he persevered through it and still trusted God. That's the most important thing. Trust God. I trust God. I have to be I'm in a very trusting process right now, where I'm not given anything but his word. And his word's a lot. It means a lot. And I won't lie. Over time, it's tough. Okay? I've been going through it for what month are we in? June or July? Almost 3-ish months, okay? More than, 3 months, I'd say, right? Of just his word. And he's told me, giving me pretty explicit things that are it's definitely legit. And trust me, I've prayed over and over and over and over again, and I still pray about it. And all I get is God basically telling me, it's okay, you don't need to worry about it, and stuff. But it's tough. I won't lie. I think it's totally a human thing, okay? But, God calls us to be more than that. He calls us to be his son. And through our faith in Jesus Christ, we too can achieve it. It's called hope. Beautiful. I think it's grace on your way. Locking back in. All right. Do not swear on anything. Big thing. My one friend told me. He told me one time, he was like, do not swear on anything because you do not own anything. Yeah. I used money to buy this pen. I'm pretty sure I did. And I earned the money to buy this pen. And yet, it is not mine. Right? I'm not the master of this pen. God is the ultimate master. He made this pen. We just put it together and made a currency for it, but God owns it all. God is the creator, right? And we're just here to tend the garden. And so we're here to tend to what is his. He's like paying, a gardener. You pay a gardener to come over and tend to what is yours, right? So thinking that same logic. So you're swearing on something that isn't yours, that you have no authority over. You have no say in what that is, right? So it's like say you're making a deal with the mafia boss, right? Perfect example of this is in the Michael Jackson movie that just came out. Joseph Jackson is sitting with that one guy in the chair. He's like, let's have a collab. And the guy's like, I only want Michael. I don't care about the other ones. I just want Michael. And Joseph didn't have Michael at the time. So it's like you're bargaining with something that you don't have. You can't say for sure that this fortune of wealth that you are holding on to is yours. Because it isn't. Because God can make it go away just like that. Just saying something. Just be like, no. Uh-oh. Hello? Sorry, I accidentally clicked the power button. Alright. A prayer but done by those who are faithful will work and help people. Literally in the beginning of James, it says, do not pray for something unless you believe it will happen. If you have any doubt in you that something will happen, then you have no faith. But listen, I think about it all the time. How crazy it is. I think about it, right? So when you think about Moses splitting the Red Sea, you're just whatever. It literally just flies over your head. I don't know why that is. And then you're told oh, these astronauts went to the moon, and you're like, that's so cool. Why am I not saying that's so cool when Moses is doing that, right? It's like, I'm doubting it. I'm like, well, I don't know, right? So we're more eager. I feel like we as humans, because of our sinful nature and our body's constant rebellion towards God, our bodies automatically doubt God. But once you're born again, new, and you proclaim with your mouth and your heart that Jesus died on the cross, and that he is God and God's Son, and that he went down to hell for 3 days and proclaimed the gospel, and resurrected 3 days later, and walked for 40 days and then ascended into heaven. Do you believe all of that? You believe all that to be true, which is the gospel. Then you are born again. Made new, right? And so you are dying to your old self. So which is the constant rebellion that you kept facing. Now you are made new. We are made new. Now we can be like Jesus because we are born again. And now I am no longer living in a constant state of rebellion. Sin no longer has power over you. The rebellion, the evil one, you're on the winning team, has been prophesied many times. It's crazy if you would choose the losing team. And God isn't making you sin either. God can't do that. God is all good. How can he make you do something bad? That's the devil, right? But my friend told me this yesterday. He says, if you are sinning, then you want to do it. No one else is making you do it. No one can make you do something. There has to be some part of you inside that wants to do it, and you have to. Remember what Jesus says? He says, if your right hand or right arm causes you to sin, slice it off. So you need to slice out any possible way of this old habit or the old habits or the old body trying to come back. Because it's dead. It's in the grave. It ain't coming out. You're coming out. Your new body's coming out. Not the old you, the new you. See, why did Jesus change Simon's name to Peter? Because he was new. Simon was the old body, and then Peter was a completely different person. Yeah, they were still willing to fight anybody, right? But Peter changes completely once he's given a new name, a new identity. That's what it is. You have an identity with Christ, and that is the most precious thing in the cosmos, other than your salvation, of course. You need to protect your identity over everything else, because that is what is transforming you into a child of God. All right, we done. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys have any prayers any prayer requests that you need, please comment them down below. Still getting used to YouTube's uploading and stuff like that, but I pray that you guys have a wonderful day. Even if no one sees this, I pray that everyone in the world has a wonderful day. And I know one day that these will start blowing up because God told me to. Anyways, love you guys. Peace.